In this video, I am going to spend a little bit of time talking about how our mind works, but mainly focusing on our beliefs and the role that our beliefs have in our potential and how we can be the best version of ourselves. And then I'll be wrapping up this video by talking about how we can change our limiting beliefs to ones that are much more empowering and useful in our lives. So let's have a quick chat about how the mind works. So each and every one of us has a unique perspective on how we interpret the world. Now I think that's quite amazing. No one else has the same way of seeing, feeling and hearing the world as we do. I think that's really quite remarkable. And that all comes from our conditioning. So things like how we've been brought up, what environments we've been in, the role models that we've been exposed to, and of course all our experiences that have happened to us up to date. And what happens with all this information is it goes into what I sort of call like if you imagine our brain is kind of like a filing cabinet and we've got these files in it. And these files, the sort of things I'm talking about are things like values and our attitudes and our expectations and habits and beliefs. So information comes in through our five senses, mainly our eyes and of course our ears and feeling and nose and mouth. Comes in through those senses and has to go through our filing cabinet, goes through each of those files, and then we respond with our thoughts and then our feelings and then of course our actions, our behaviours, what we're going to do with it. Now the quality of our thoughts and our feelings and therefore our behaviours depends on how good and what good order our files are in our head. So if our files aren't quite right or not appropriate for a particular time in life as we move on through life, then our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviours aren't going to be appropriate and healthy for what it is we want to achieve in life. So let's focus on beliefs. Remember the filing cabinet of beliefs we've got in our head, because they are pivotal. They play a pivotal role in our success. Now, over the years, we've gathered loads of beliefs about how the world works in our mind, and we've filed them away and we refer to them, as I was saying, through our senses. The issue is that some of those beliefs aren't as useful as they once were. So in other words, we've got some that are limiting beliefs that aren't quite working for us and don't help us towards our best version of ourselves. But we've also got the other ones that are empowering and helpful and leading us towards our best version of ourselves. So our role now is to try and weed out those limiting beliefs so that we can help ourselves to be more successful. So in the final part of this video, I want to talk about how we can identify limiting beliefs and how we can change them for more empowering ones, so that can help us to be much more successful in whatever it is we're trying to achieve. And I'm going to do that on some slides now so you can see the steps of how you can go about doing that. To identify and change limiting beliefs, first thing you need to do is pick an area in your life in which you're having problems or difficulties. It might be finance, relationships, health or business. And you might be able to identify these areas that need attention if there's any negative emotion hanging around in these areas, such as anger, feeling upset, disappointed or frustrated. They can be good indicators of where lurking limiting beliefs might be. So then what you're going to do is you're going to write down all the beliefs in this area. Take your time, be as honest as you can. Try and write down all those ones that you feel real deep down inside. Once you've got your full list of beliefs, you're then going to run through these and look for the limiting beliefs. You're not worried about whether they're true or not at this stage. It doesn't really matter, but just that they're limiting. So step 2 is about writing newer, more supportive beliefs next to your limiting beliefs. For example, there are no ways to make money, and your more supportive belief would be, there are many undiscovered ways for me to make money. It's hard to meet people. It's easy to meet people. It's hard to make friends. It's easy to make friends. I'll never succeed. I'm bound to succeed. So there's some examples of making newer, more supportive beliefs instead of those limiting ones. The third and final part is about imprinting your new empowering belief into your subconscious. So this is about repeating the belief and thinking about it, making it as real to yourself as you possibly can. So my suggestion is you repeat your belief as many times as you can within 5 minutes or more, every day for at least a month, 30 days or more. The more you do it, the more imprinted it will become into your filing cabinet and subconscious. Now remember, you're trying to replace an old belief with a new, often contradictory belief. So it's going to take time and you need perseverance. It's about sort of planting a seed, watering it every day with practice, watching it grow and become part of you. You might want to consider using visualization as well. If you can imagine what life will be with your new empowering belief, that can be very helpful in helping you to imprint it within the subconscious in your filing cabinet. My suggestion is you work on just 1 or 2 beliefs at a time. You don't want to overcrowd your subconscious, and you want to make sure they're fully embedded before you move on to work on other beliefs. Now, with time, you'll notice how the problem areas that you've had are no more, and that's a fantastic thing. So there we are. So we've talked about in this video about the filing cabinet in our minds, our unique perspective we have on the world, the plasticity of the mind, and how to turn limiting beliefs into empowering ones so that you can get out of your own way and become a better version of yourself. Thank you for watching and listening. Please let me know how you get on with your limiting beliefs, and any success stories would be lovely to hear from you. And please, if you have time, have a look at the other videos on the website www.ahalimited.co.uk. Good luck.